1 Corinthians 13:3. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. A few people emailed me saying, "You've touched on faith and hope already, but not love." Truth be told, I already did. Go take a look at Kingdom Law 2. Love your neighbor as yourself. In fact, you could say it's been the major theme in nearly every post so far. What you've got to remember here is that love, as used in this and most newer translations, used to be translated as charity. The translation wasn't changed because of some new discovery in translation. Rather, it was changed because the meaning of the word charity has changed over time. Love, too, is a word that has changed. Indeed, it has a lot of meanings. The meaning of love that is being invoked here is the idea of unlimited loving kindness. It's the same elsewhere, such as 1 John 4:8, God is love. It's a pretty tall order, and quite frankly, beyond our ability. This kind of love is a gift. It was placed within us when we accepted Christ. And like any other gift or ability we have received, it must be accessed and used. It must be put into practice. But have no doubt it is there waiting for you to tap into it. Remember, okay, there are a lot of verses, but it's only a small sampling. Plus, it illustrates the emphasis God places on love. And keep all these words in mind when you hear the word love. Affection, altruism, benevolence, compassion, generosity, goodness, goodwill, pity, mercy, and tenderheartedness. Romans 12:9. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Romans 13:10. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. 1 Corinthians 13:8. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. Galatians 5:6. For in Jesus Christ neither circumcision nor uncircumcision has any value. The only thing that counts is faith expressing itself through love. Galatians 5:14. For the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one command: love your neighbor as yourself. Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. 1 Timothy 1:5. The goal of this command is love, which comes from a pure heart and a good conscience and a sincere faith. 1 John 3:11. For this is the message you heard from the beginning. We should love one another. 1 John 3:23. And this is his command, to believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and to love one another as he commanded us. 1 John 4:8. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. 1 John 4:12. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. 1 John 4:20. Whoever claims to love God yet hates his brother and sister is a liar. For whoever does not love their brother and sister, whom they have seen, cannot love God, whom they have not seen. 1 John 5:2. This is how we know that we love the children of God, by loving God and carrying out his commands. 2 John 1:6. And this is love, that we walk in obedience to his commands. As you have heard from the beginning, his command is that you walk in love. Like I said, a lot of verses. Notice all the areas to which it applies. Even faith is subject to love. Love speaks to respect and honor. Love is the guiding rule for your conduct. Love is the only way to know God. Here's one I really like. Hebrews 6:10. God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. We show our love for God by helping each other. This love, though, it's not an emotion. It is part of your will. It's a decision you make each and every time you interact with, pray for, intercede for, or even think about someone. There will likely be emotion involved, but it doesn't matter what that emotion is. Love or charity behaves via the will, not the feeling. This love charity is an action, not an emotion, nor is it a reaction. The mind of Christ. It's the only model we can rely on. We won't get it right every time, but we must strive for it. Here's a couple of starting points. Find the good and not the fault. Look for the beauty and not the flaw. Since perfection has not yet come, according to 1 Corinthians 13:10, both good and bad can be found in everything on earth. The choice of what you will see and focus on is yours.